Okay. But I didn't click recording on the bottom.
That's okay. I'm recording it to my computer, but
Okay,
that's good.
excellent. All right.
So did you hit start?
I hit, yeah, webinar start. Webinar is now streaming live on YouTube. Whoa. Okay.
There you go.
I have to pretend that I like you.
All right. So good morning, everybody. Or I should say
Yes.
good afternoon.
Well, good morning if you're from Hawaii. Yes.
So let's see here. Let me bring back up my Zoom so I can see everybody, hopefully.
Yeah, Bred's rejoin us. Yay,
There we
Bred. Thank
go.
you.
Awesome. Well, good afternoon. Welcome to our class today on the use of RELA, which is your better marketing properties by creating property websites. So, as people are clocking in here, and we'll wait a minute or two before we get started, just to introduce ourselves for those of you who don't know me, my name is Anthony. I work here at Orange County Realtors. Been here now for almost 20 years. Started off in the MLS department, so I know guaranteed I'll speak to everybody regarding rules, regulations, violations, all that fun stuff. What I'm also involved with is our outreach program. Our outreach program is designed to give you training on all your tools and products. So not only do I and my co-host Leo train on MLS, how to run searches, how to modify listings, create CMAs, but we also train on zip forms. Leo and I are both zip forms certified trainers with CAR. We show you how to put together your transactions electronically, how to digitally sign them, and of course, all the advanced tools that ZipForms has to offer to make your transactional lives that much more easy or easier, I should say. But we also love training on tech. We love showing agents how they can utilize their technology tools as well as their member benefits to better their real estate lives. My job is to help you go paperless in your business and, of course, give you access to your tools to allow you to better market yourselves, better market your properties, have better listing presentations. You don't have to have paper printed out presentations anymore. You could literally do a presentation on your phone, your tablet device, or your computer. And our goal is to help you go paperless. And what we usually mean by that is to maybe not get rid of paper fully, but maybe get rid of enough of it to make your lives a lot easier. Okay. So, with that said, today what we're going to do is we're going to go over how to create um, a property website to market a property that you're a listing agent on, whether it's for sale, lease, income, residential, or even commercial. Okay. And that's going to be using your third party member benefit called RELA, RELA. Now, oh, and by the way, I forgot to introduce my co host here. My co host today is Leo Loera. Leo, introduce yourself to the audience, please.
Hi, I'm Leo Luera. I'm with the Orange County Realtors, just like Anthony, and I've been with the Real Estate Association for 15 years. Started in membership and progressed quickly from membership to becoming the super key specialist, and also have been training a number of different topics, zip forms, membership topics, as well as Supra. So yeah, we have a pretty good, between myself and Anthony, we're able to cover quite a number of topics to be able to assist you with your needs in your career as a realtor. So
Definitely.
that pretty much sums it up.
Awesome. Well, Leo's going to be monitoring your questions in the chat and the Q&A section. So please feel free to ask any and all questions. We are recording today's session. So everybody attending today will get a copy of today's recording. But put simply, what is RELA? Now, RELA is your third-party member benefit offered to you by CR or by Orange County Realtors. And what this tool allows us to do is to create property websites. Now, just real quickly, a quick show of hands. How many of you think when it comes to a property website, it sounds super complicated? Pred, okay. That's okay, Pred. Well, this is one of the many cool things about this particular tool. It will allow you to create a property website in 5 easy steps. Now, I'm going to show you those 5 easy steps, but then I'm also going to show you all the other bells and whistles that creating your property website will allow you to do to help you market the property and even capture leads directly from your own property website. Okay. Now, if you happen to go to, or if you're not an Orange County Realtors member, I'm going to show you a really neat thing here in just a second. Anybody can actually sign up for RELA for their services. If you simply go to www.relahq.com, from here, you could actually literally click on where it says pricing. And you'll notice here that for real estate agents, it's about $24 a month to have one active property website, meaning that you can post a property or create one, make it active, do your solicitation. When that listing goes into escrow, you can pull it down or make it inactive to free up your next spot. Now that's $24 a month. If you have more than one listing that you want to make property websites for, it's $49 a month. If you're a listing machine, whereby you have 25 properties at a given time, then it's about $100 a month. So immediately I know what you're probably thinking. Geez, Tony, you said that this was a Orange County Realtors member benefit. What's the benefit here if I have to immediately pay $25 a month for this tool? Well, let me show you. If you go to the following website, www.RELA, H as in Harry, Q as in quit.com/OCR, you're going to notice that here, RELA's website looks vastly different for Orange County Realtors. Here with Orange County Realtors, we have the ability to sign up for an account, but looking at their pricing very quickly here, we're going to see that with Orange County Realtors, you actually get 3 active property websites at any given time for free. So if we looked at the non-member real quick, non-members of Orange County Realtors have to pay $24 a month for one website. Here, Orange County Realtors get 3 property websites that would be active at any given time at no cost. So right there, you're saving yourself roughly about $75 a month to have 3 property websites. Now, if you did have more than, say, 3 listings at any given time that you wanted to make a website for that listing, then for 5 of them, it's $39 a month. So you're saving yourself $10 to have 5. Or if you have up to 25 listings, because again, you're a listing machine, instead of paying $100 or $99 a month, you're instead paying only $79 a month to have up to 25 websites. Okay, so right there, you're saving yourself a lot of money to have a property website for your listings. Okay, thanks, Leo, for typing that in. Now, what we want to do, and I want you all to do today, if you go to relahq.com/OCR, at least activate your free account today. All you need to do, put in your first name, your last name, your email address, create a password, and input your user ID for the MLS. And then say, create free account. So the first thing that you're going to do today is you're going to activate your free account today. Now, once you've activated your free account, now we're ready to make a property website. So I'm going to show you the 5 easy steps to create a property website. So I get a listing for a seller, a landlord, for a seller or a landlord. So a lease, residential, income, whatever. I get that listing. I input that listing into the MLS. I need to still market it, and I want to generate and grab leads directly from my own property website. So here we go. We're going to now log into our account. Now, you may go, well, geez, Tony, can't I just pay somebody to do this? You can, but the problem is you're paying somebody anywhere from, depending on some vendors, maybe a few $100s to a few $1,000s. And it may take them roughly about a week to 2 weeks, if not more or longer, to make your property website. And we all know that today, in today's economy and today's listing environment, we want to get eyes on that listing as soon as possible. So do I want to wait days or weeks to make a property website or have someone else do it where it costs me a lot of money? The answer to that will be no, or should be no. We want to be in control of the properties that we want to market, and we want to be able to quickly and easily, which we will in those 5 easy steps, to create a property website to begin to market the property and grab leads. So once we log into our account, how we do this, step 1, we're going to move our mouse over to the top right corner where it says add a property. When I click on add a property, step 1, we're going to put in the subject property address. Now I'm going to say add the property. So step 1, we upload the property. Step 2, we're going to now fill in the property details about the property for our property website. So we're going to write in a description. Now, real quickly here, how many of you have listed a property before in the MLS? No one? Uh-oh. Well, that's okay. In our MLS system, if you've ever listed a property in the MLS, under the property public remarks or property description field, we've got a couple of things that we can and cannot do. In the MLS, we can only describe the aesthetics of the property. We cannot have showing instructions. We cannot have our information. We cannot have our email address or anything like that in the public description. Not to mention, we are also limited to a character count. How many characters can we have on our property descriptions? 2,500 characters. Now, that may seem like a lot, but when you're trying to describe a property, a lot of times, especially if the home has a lot of features and you're trying to put all that in, you can run out of that space very quick. So it's not 2,500 words, it's 2,500 characters. That includes spaces, periods, commas, everything like that. Now, one of the many things that I love about your own property website, though, is that here in your own description, you could write and rewrite your own property description. So maybe lovely 2-bed, 3-bath, 3-bath home in Irvine at the end of the cul-de-sac, right? Newly remodeled kitchen. Blah, 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 blah. So here we can rewrite over the property description. We can be as descriptive as we want. We do not need to worry about a character limitation on the property description. Okay. So one of the nice things here is that we can now add a better, more detailed property description about the property. Obviously, we still want to be careful of fair housing violations, like this is a great home for an investor, a great home for a family, things like that. We want to avoid saying things like that only because that would be considered against, or would be against fair housing laws. Okay. We don't want to come off as being discriminatory, right? No saying things like walking distance to a place, short distance or close by, things like that. Okay. Here, what I can also do is modify some of the text, like I can bold or italicize words, which I can't do in MLS. I can even make it italics. I can even underline certain things in my property description to bring emphasis to it. Okay. I can even add in links. Go to my YouTube channel for more information or other videos or whatever. But trust me, don't worry about putting that there. Why waste your time with that? Okay. I'll show you where a better place is for that. Now, over here towards the right, listing status, it says none. We don't need to worry about the listing status other than if the property sold or is in escrow, coming soon, or we can put in our own custom status like active, under contract, or pending. You'll notice here that there is no choice for active. Why? Because over here at the top right corner or left corner, where it says not published, the moment I turn my website on and make it published, that means that the property is active and available. Okay. Oh, we have a couple of questions, Leo.
Um, one of them says, "Got it, Leo. Thank you." And the other one said, "Sold." Yes.
Okay. All right. So it sounds like you got some questions and answer or questions going on there.
Yeah, I think it was just responses really more than anything.
Okay, cool. Thank you. All right. Down below, property type. Here you got single family. Down below, if you click on the down arrow, you can make sure that you select your condo, your co-op, but you'll notice here are a list of other choices. Here we can put in or select duplex if the property is a duplex or a triplex or a quadplex or a mobile home or a multi-unit, timeshare, townhome, miscellaneous, or land lot. So if you notice here, you are not limited to just creating a property website for a property that is for sale or just for lease. Here, RELA has given you the listing agent the capability of listing or creating a property website for any and all of your listings that you are the listing agent on. Even under miscellaneous, or I'm sorry, excuse me, other, I can now type in something more specific like commercial for sale or commercial lease. Or maybe it's a business opportunity property. So the idea behind this is that now under the property type, I can now select and choose any and all for any of my listings that I'm the listing agent on to create a property website to obtain leads. Next, list price, display price. Here we can put in the list price of the listing. This is all based on our listing agreements, obviously. The display price is optional. We don't have to put that there if we have a list price. Here we can put in the year built, pulled from the tax records. Okay. We have bedrooms. We have our bathrooms. Any extra rooms or bedrooms or any half baths that we want displayed. Back over to the left, we have amenities.
Anthony,
Now,
let me interrupt real quick.
uh-huh.
We have a question from Pred. Pred is asking if my listing was sold last week. When I type in the address of that property as I would like to mark it as sold, do I need to click on the published property or just keep it as not published?
I would say keep it as not published because technically now that the listing has sold and you're no longer the listing agent on the property, the last thing you want to do is indicate to people that the property is up for sale and that you're still trying to market a property that you no longer have legal representation for. But that is a great question. What I would do is I would keep it at non-published, which doesn't affect your active listings count. And it's great for a future listing presentation. Does that help, Fred?
It helps me in case anybody's asking.
There you go. So basically what you can do is you can put in your listing, just keep it non-published. That way, in your list of properties, you could sit down with a potential lister at some point. And when it comes to, well, what do you do for the commission that you charge? At least you can show them the property websites that you're creating. What I would do is at that point, as you start to get more involved into this, make sure that you always make an active property website, because what you want to show them or show future clients is the activity, what leads you've generated, how often they've gone to the website, because that's going to affect how also fast you sell the home. And sellers are always impressed, or listers are always impressed by somebody who markets and can get a property sold or leased very quickly, as you all know. Let's see here real quickly. The amenities down below, we have a small list of amenities that you can just simply click and add to the amenity list. Now, what's nice about this is that if you, for some reason, notice that there's not an amenity here that you want to talk about on a home, simply while your cursor is blinking in the amenities box, type what it is that the property has. and then hit the tab key. Now this is added as an amenity to the website. Now this is also going to be key because anybody familiar with Google SEO or search engine optimization? You probably have heard that term thrown around, especially if you've ever done any social media marketing or internet marketing before. Probably, maybe. Okay.
I would say go ahead and educate us.
So what's nice is amenities are also keyword searches. So if somebody goes onto the internet and starts to type in words that they're looking for in a home, like I want a 3-bedroom, 3-bath property with a wine cellar, then these are words that are going to be hit. So what are you going to do? Because you can have as many amenities as you want, type in some of the key things for your home or this website to be found on the internet. So like, 3-bedroom, 3-bathroom, newly remodeled kitchen. Put in all those keywords that would be considered amenities for your listing or for the property website. That way, if somebody is typing in newly remodeled home or newly remodeled kitchen, maybe in Irvine, then this is going to help elevate that property website in their search engine. So it's going to get seen more often than not. Okay. So add in all those things down below. Home square footage, actually 1,600 square feet. Lot size 7,000. How many stories? The garage, is it attached or detached, or it doesn't have one, or there's some other parking? Okay. And maybe how many total parking spaces, including the garage. Now you'll also notice here that in the details section, you can also upload and advertise all your open houses. So maybe Christina, when she's listing this property, will have an open house this Saturday from 10:30 in the morning to, I don't know, 4 o'clock in the afternoon. And then she's going to have another one the following week at the same time. So here, not only would I make sure that my listing in the MLS has all the open house dates, but now I can notify the public of when I'm holding open houses as well. Okay, which will show you where that is. Now, once you modify the details under step 2, we're going to come back over to the top right corner, click save, save your work. Now, once we've saved our work, number 3, back over here to the left, we're going to upload photos to the photo gallery. Now, has anybody ever uploaded photos to a listing before? Pred has. Excellent, Pred. So, Pred, testing your knowledge here, how many photos do you think, or how many photos can you have on a listing in the MLS? Do you know? 30? Close, it's a little bit higher. You can have up to 75 photos on your listing in the MLS, but here's some limitations. Number 1, the size of the photos can't be larger than 2 megabytes per photo. That means those are usually low to medium resolution photos. Number 2, you've got, again, that finite number, 75. Now, usually when you hire a photographer, they, for a few $100s, depending on your photographer, are probably taking what, 100 to 200 photos. So now if you can only upload 75 of them, you're now needing to pick and choose what 25 you don't use. Not to mention, you would just love, because you've spent the money for the high res photos, correct? Well, because of your property website. Oh, and the second thing too, or the third thing, when you upload a photo in the listing in the MLS, it can be a little tedious, right? You have to go under add edit. You got to bring up your listing. Then you go to manage photos. Then you go down below, hit browse, find your photos, select them, upload them, which could take anywhere from 5 to 10 minutes. And then it usually takes about an extra 5 to 10 minutes before it's actually seen on the MLS before they go out to the public websites, right? And then it's a tedious thing to rearrange photos as well in an order. Well, here we go. I'm going to show you how easy it is to upload multiple photos, high resolution, high definition photos. So my photographer has given me my low res photos for the MLS, but they have also given me my super high definition photos that I've paid for, the 15 megabytes and up. So here under the photo gallery section, what I can do is simply go to where it says add files. I'm going to browse my computer for those files or go to my Dropbox account and find them. And from here, I'm going to select my photos. So here what I can do is I can select multiple photos of the property. And now when I hit OK, now all of a sudden you'll notice here that the photos are now automatically being uploaded all at once, which will take less than a minute. Down below, we are going to see the moment that this is done, it's now processing 11 photos inside of a minute. And we see here the list of photos. Now, if you've ever had to switch out a photo or the primary photo of a listing or on your listing in the MLS, you had to do the following steps. You had to take the main photo that you wanted as photo number 1, you moved it over to photo number 2, then you grabbed photo number 1 and you moved it off of photo number, or moved it past photo 2 so that photo 2 would be automatically slotted to photo number 1. Tedious steps, correct? Well, we don't need to worry about that here. Here, what I can do is hover my mouse over top of a photo, click and hold it, and then drag it and move it any order I want. So now what I can do is rearrange my photos quickly and easily on my property website. That's step number 3. Sure, but if I click on publish property, there are video options and other cool features that I can use to market the property. You're absolutely right. You just got to be careful because the property is sold. So you do have to ask the new owner's permission, Pred, if you can market a property that you were the listing agent on. Because a lot of people, a lot of new buyers are going to go, well, I don't want you to market a property that I now own. That would have been great if you had marketed it and done that during the listing period, but just be really super careful. A lot of buyers nowadays are just, a little picky about things like that. Even if it just sold this Monday, a few days ago, yeah, Pred, again, I would still ask those buyers if you can do videos and marketing of the property that's sold. You should be able to just make sure that if you're using any photos that show the interior, I would still get those buyers' permissions. I mean, you should be fine, but I would just be really careful. Make sure that you indicate that the listing is sold, things like that. So double check with your broker. I'm sure your broker will be fine. Okay. Like I said, I work in the MLS side of things. I see the MLS rules. I know what agents get violations on, and that's why I'm saying just be careful. But those photos were already in the CRMLS when the property was listed, and they will stay there, correct? That is correct. They do, but they are removed from public websites once the listing is closed. Now, as long as you have the actual photo video file, you could use it in your marketing as long as it doesn't have the CRMLS watermark on it, which is copyright of CRMLS. So just be mindful of that. As long as you have the original photos, you could do that. You could do a just sold postcard to the neighborhood, which is, your marketing, but I would just, be mindful. If you just closed on Monday, do it now. Don't wait a week or two. Okay. Can you at least do that for me? Do it today. Okay. So step 3, we're going to add the photos. Step 4, theme and contacts, back here to the left. Under theme and contact, we now get to see a quick preview of what the property website looks like. We see here that we're currently using the Rubik_version 2 theme. Over here to the right-hand side is what the website currently looks like. But if you don't like that, not to worry. If we move our mouse back over towards the left here, where it says change theme, RELA gives you 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20 different templates for your property website. All are updated current marketing standards to people. RELA's marketing team goes out and scours the web to see what's hot, what's new when it comes to marketing that's eye-catching to people of the public. Here, what we can do is we can now select any theme for our property website to look like. So even if you were to max out all 3 property websites today, listing and advertising a home, you could choose your own individual themes for each one of those websites to make it look different. Okay. And eye-catching, depending on what it is that you want to market to. So here, Leo, which one do you think would be a good one for 6 Clearwater here? I want to let you pick today. If Leo's here. Leo? No? Okay. Well, then I'll pick one here. Let's go with Rhine, R-Y-N-E. So we're going to pick that theme. We're going to see what the property website looks like. By the way, we see here at the very top what the URL already has been predetermined, okay, which we'll talk about that here in just a second. But here we can get our property website. You'll notice here it advertises the open house on Saturday, October 22nd, and the next open house on Saturday, October 29th, which is pretty neat, listed at 1.2 million. There's our primary photo. But down over here to the left and the right, we can jump to any portion of that website. But back over here towards the left, our logo, we can upload our company logo. So if you work at a company, First Team, Remax, Realty One, ABC Realty, Jack and Jill Real Estate, whatever, you probably have a company logo. Here, click on where it says, click to add a custom logo, upload your logo. If you're a graphic designer, whereby you've merged your personal logo with your company logo, put them together and upload that image. Most importantly, down below here, under the listing agent information, click on edit and do this the very first time that you make a property website. Here, what you're going to do is you're going to upload or input your information. So where it says change or add a photo, upload a photo of yourself, put in your name, what's your title, Realtor, what's your cell number, what's your email address, what company do you work for, what's your DRE license number, do you have a personal website for people to go to? Down below, put in all your social media platforms that you are a member of. So Facebook, LinkedIn, Google+, Twitter, YouTube, Pinterest, Instagram, even your Zillow account for people to be able to find you. Now, once you upload that information and you hit save, and let me just make sure we can see that. Oh, whoops. Guess I don't have it. That's not a problem. So here you can hit save. Now, once you save that, you'll see here on the property website, if we scroll down, we got the about property, we got our bedrooms, bathrooms, square footage, we got the amenities all listed here, right? But more importantly, what you want to see here is it's presented by you. And if somebody wants to get in touch with you, they just put in their information, which, by the way, this does not get vetted or seen by anybody else. Unlike certain websites that sell you your leads, right, where they vet them themselves, here, if somebody fills out their information, the lead comes directly to you and only you. It doesn't go to RELA. It doesn't come to the board. It only comes to you because you're the owner of this website. So that's step 4. Choose your theme, upload your contact information. Now, at the end of the day, step 5, come over to where it says not published, click on the down arrow and make the property website published. Once you make the property website published, it is now ready to be shared, found on the internet. So how do you know what the property website URL is? Well, go to domains and you'll notice here that RELA automatically creates at no charge a domain name for your property website. This is yours permanently. It will always have the property address .relahq.com. And again, that's for free. If you have your own domain name, maybe you purchase it on GoDaddy or something like that, not a problem. Simply add the custom domain name yourself and put it in. If that's the case, if you do upload one, it will take an extra 24 hours before the property website will be available and seen. But if you're not spending money in buying a domain name or asking for a different domain name at a charge, here, if we were to change this, then it would be all of a sudden a subdomain name where it's now a $15 fee. Okay. Instead, just go with the default. So here, if we go with the default domain name, at that point, all we got to do, copy, paste it, share it out there to the world. Okay. Now, those are our 5 easy steps. Are there any questions on this?
And we'll give it a moment for individuals to start typing up your questions. Oh, ugh, it's a lot. Yes, it is.
It's not, in the grand scheme, it may seem like a lot, Pred, but if you just do those 5 things, I had a gentleman 5 years ago. He works in Laguna Woods. He's about 75 years old, and he's probably now 80 since the last I spoke with him. And sat here, showed him how to do it, and he creates property websites in less than 2 minutes. He knows exactly what he's doing, and he's going to do the extra bells and whistles, but those 5 steps, 2 minutes, your property website's active. Am I the only one who is commenting? Don't want to look like, no, it's okay, Pred. Don't worry. I love your questions. People
It's
tend to be shy. I'm glad to see that you're not shy.
it's better to get some kind of questions or feedback from you and others, so that way we can continue to improve this presentation to you. So ask away. This is your moment to learn more about this product.
Definitely. Now, let me show you some other cool things here real quick. And this is amazing. Well, we're going to have even more fun with this. Okay. For next thing that we're going to do, because we've got a bunch of other fun choices here. Okay. Under details, I did show you the open
Before
house section.
before you
Yes,
go
sir.
on, I'm sorry to interrupt, but Pred wanted to mention I paid on Monday people to do this for me, and I paid a lot of money.
Mm-hmm. And has
Yes.
the property website been created yet, Pred? No.
No.
Yeah, I'd get your money back. If you can get your money back, that's what I would do. Just dead postings on Facebook and Instagram.
Ouch.
Yeah. We don't want that. We want you to have live, good data. So, and we want you to generate leads at, in this case, as you notice, it's going to be for free. Okay. If you did nothing else, just doing those 5 easy steps, guaranteed people will find your listing. Okay. Especially if you put in those keyword searches or those keyword amenities in your list. Okay. Now, to get to our next detail here, I showed you that you can add add and advertise your open houses on your property website. But wait, don't people need to go and want to see this home? Should they be contacting you or somebody else that they may not be already working with? Say I'm a brand new person, say Michelle is just now starting out looking for a home and she sees your property website. Do you want Michelle to find a real estate agent or do you want her to come to you, the listing agent? You probably want her to contact you, right, for a showing? Well, over here to the left, there's a choice here for a showing schedule. What you want to do is at least allow visitors to request a tour or a showing. Turn it from off and say, use a standard calendar, or if you use Calendly for your calendar to be used, or Acuity. In this case, I would usually say use a standard calendar at least. Okay. You can preview what it looks like, but I'll show you here in just a minute of how somebody can request a showing. But basically that showing request, again, comes directly to you, the listing agent. It goes to no one else. So on your listing, it's now going to be advertised what dates you might have available for a showing. If you notice here, we also have a choice for a showing schedule. So what we can do is add in the dates that we allow for showings. Maybe the client says, I only allow in-persons on these dates at these times. Or you're going to do a hosted live stream showing that people can tune into from, say, your YouTube channel or your Facebook business page. Or maybe you have a pre-recorded video where you're walking around and talking about the property. You could do that too. Typically, you want people to either in-person or live stream. Now, you don't have to set up specific dates and times unless maybe the client has certain special needs, like they're day sleepers and only allow showings, say, from 5 o'clock to 9 o'clock at night, Monday through Friday. And then on Saturdays and Sundays, 2 to 7. Put in those dates. Okay. So that's an extra thing you can do. Another thing, bonus, gravy, under your photo gallery. We noticed here, looking at the theme, that the primary photo, the background image here, it's just of the house. But maybe I want people, while they're sitting here, maybe talking to friends, family, things like that, I don't want them to have to necessarily scroll through the property to look at the other photos, right? They can click on the photo icon here and look at it. But maybe I want to save them some time and effort. I want to have a slideshow view of the property. Well, here under the photo gallery, what I can now do under the gallery options is turn on a slideshow virtual tour. Simply go where it says gallery options, choose virtual tour, click on the off button, and now what the status is going to be from off to on or enabled. From here, I can say each picture lasts for 2 seconds, 4 seconds, 9 seconds on the main page. I can have the effect of pan and zoom, randomize it, or fade in and out. Well, I'm going to randomize it. Now at this point, what I can do, and if I had 200 photos or 100 photos or even 75, I could actually pick and choose which ones I want or don't want in the slideshow. So now at this point, when I hit save and close, and I look at that theme and preview the property website, there we go. We see the house is moving. It's now switched to the next photo, and then so on and so forth. So now we kind of got a flow of a virtual tour. Another thing that you can do back also under the photo gallery, you'll notice that underneath each picture, there's a white box here. If I click on the white box, I can write in a description. Welcome to your new home. Gorgeous bedroom. Right? spacious living area, right? Gorgeous view. Here I can write in all my descriptions for all my photos if I choose. Now, Fred asks, how did I do that? Can you please explain one more time? Sure, Fred. How do I make that slideshow? Here at the photo gallery, I'm going to come down below, and just above the photos that I've uploaded, there's a choice here that says gallery options. When I click on gallery options, there's a choice here that says virtual tour. It will be in the off mode. To turn it on, simply click on where it says virtual tour. And now under the general settings area, the status will say off. Click on the down arrow and then say enable to turn it on. Underneath that, how long each photo lasts in the slideshow. Click on the down arrow, 2 seconds, 4 seconds, pick what your time. And then the effect, here we can pick the type of effect we want to have happen. Okay. And then at the end of the day, save and close. And that saves what you're doing. Here again, we can type in a description. Next, videos and virtual tours. Brad, you said you had videos taken of the property, right? We all know that in the MLS, we can only upload a non-branded virtual tour to our listing under the property description. So that means that if we have a photographer take the video, they have to have it hosted on an unbranded either YouTube or website with no branding, no advertising whatsoever. Here, and maybe they even give you a branded video. Well, what do you do with that? Well, here for your property website, we can go to videos and 3D tours. And now we can upload a branded video or an unbranded video. Simply click on one of those choices. And now I can upload a YouTube or a Vimeo link by simply copying and pasting the link here. Or, Fred, have you ever made a video before? Maybe you used iMovie or Movie Maker or Adobe After Effects. You can do it with the drone, but no? Did you ever take the drone photography yourself, or did you pay somebody? I paid a guy. Excellent. So that guy emailed you the video, correct? Did he give you the MP4 video, or did he give you a link? The MP4. Good. Underneath where it says add YouTube or Vimeo links, simply choose upload video from my computer. And now I can upload the actual MP4 video. So if you're making your own videos, you can upload them as well. So you have a choice. Now, by the way, like the photos, you are not limited to how many videos you upload. I can have a video of the property. I can have a video of the neighborhood. I can have a video that's a drone footage. I can have a video from my YouTube channel with my introduction of who I am. Maybe I have a video that I've taken and created for the city. What's the benefits of living in the city of Irvine or Mission Viejo or Laguna Hills? Like the photos, I am unlimited to the amount of videos I upload for my own property website. Now, if you're super sophisticated and maybe you paid a guy or a gal to do this, you probably have heard of the 3D 360 videos, correct? Matterport is the big name brand. Well, what you can do is that you also have a section for those videos. So here, if I wanted to upload a 3D tour, and here we have a sample of what one looks like. Whoops. I paste my 3D tour in, and now I have uploaded that tour. Now, if you've never seen this tour before, this has revolutionized real estate. As a matter of fact, this came out about close to 7 years ago. And it's so funny because there were a lot of agents that said, we're really reluctant of doing videos like this only because it was a little expensive. If you did it yourself, it was about $4,500 to buy the camera, a $500 a year fee to have your videos hosted by Matterport. Nowadays, you've got a lot of photographers able to do this for you for an extra fee. Now, what's neat about this is that a tour like this gives you a very unique perspective, especially because of what we just went through the past couple of years. And what was that, Leo?
Restate that question, I'm sorry.
What made showings difficult in the past couple of years? That something like this is really advantageous.
We had the pandemic, so it made it very difficult for us to do in-person open houses and showings.
Exactly. During the pandemic, it was very difficult to get people out there to actually physically see the home. Now, even pre-pandemic, sellers or landlords or listers were very reluctant to allow just anybody just to show the home. And nowadays you kind of get a hit or miss depending on the person, right? Maybe they don't want open houses necessarily. They don't want a lot of showings. They want things shown by appointment only. And yet today's clients are all over the place. You've got buyers that are international. You've got buyers that are across the nation. Can they just readily see the home? It's a tour like this. Here, if you've never seen one like this before, we'll play the sample. So this house, we've got a dollhouse view of the home. And now we're literally inside the house. I can look up, look left, look right. Now you'll notice here that in the bottom right corner, we have those VR goggles. So let me see if I have a pair here readily at my desk. It doesn't look like I do. But those goggles where you can stick your phone in and put it over your face and now you feel like you're virtually in there. Well, now I can virtually be in the house. I can literally walk from room to room and actually be in that home. Oh, that's a nice view of that bedroom. I see that this home has been staged. I can now walk around and go to all the individual rooms. Oh, what's over here? Looks like the kitchen area with another bedroom. And I can walk around the kitchen, right? Oh, there's the nice view of the pool. There's a nice view outside. Geez, I wonder what it's like to cook here and wash my dishes, looking at that beautiful, gorgeous view, so on and so forth. So if you've not thought about doing a virtual tour like this, I would highly recommend it. Nowadays, clients want to look for tours like this, especially potential buyers. Buyers now with tours like this have already been in the home. So instead of the old days where you used to show 30, 40 properties in a weekend, today you're only showing 5 or 6. Why? Because with tours like this and videos like this, they've already been through the house. So the only reason why they're actually going to the house is to get an actual feel for the home. Because right now they don't have sound-o-vision or smell-o-vision readily available in this type of tour. But we can now be virtually and literally in that home, okay? And we can go through all the floors if there was multiple levels and look at all the rooms and everything like that. Now they've actually added in some really cool features as well. Here we're looking at the floor plan, but they've also got a measurement mode. Now you'll be pretty impressed with this. Here, what a client can do, and even you, say we want to measure out a room because, geez, my furniture. What we can now do is start measuring out our wall space. And we see that this room has a 12-foot by 4-inch wall here. It's got a 9-foot wall there, a 14 by 9-inch, a 13 by 1. So now we can get measurements. Now, I will tell you that appraisers have looked at this and they've come within 6 inches of an appraiser's measurement. So these types of videos are highly accurate to measuring out rooms in a lot of cases. Now, granted, these are all estimations, but know that you and your clients have the ability to give them this type of service. Okay. So upload your videos, upload your 3D 360 tours. Okay. Are there any questions on that? Anybody like those?
I'll say yes. I like it, and I'm just amazed by the accuracy of it, just by visuals.
It's pretty accurate. It's pretty darn amazing. I think in certain cases, like the 360 video, you can almost measure height from floor to ceiling as well. And they've come within like 6 inches of that. So these cameras nowadays are pretty sophisticated, or I should say, the cameras with the software is pretty sophisticated today. Next thing that we want to add to our website, some entertainment. We can upload music or add music to our website. Here, RELA gives you about 20 different pieces of music. Simply just click the play button and let me see if we can hear that here. Don't like that one. But here what you can do is go through and set the tone for viewing this property. If you like it or like the song, then simply choose add. And that now adds that song to your website. So again, if we preview it, we're going to see here how the song and the virtual tour and the tempo of looking at this property now feels. So we added some entertainment to this home. Okay. Another tool, docs and floor plans. Here you can upload PDF documents to your property website. Now, why would you ever need to do this? Well, maybe there's a certain circumstance, like maybe a probate or a trust sale. Maybe you need to upload a PDF document of things that would be required in order to purchase the property. So that way potential clients can actually see and make sure that they give you the necessary paperwork in order to be able to submit an offer, or give that paperwork to their agent to be able to submit an offer. Okay. Another really cool thing too, because you can create a lease website, what would one thing that you as an agent representing a tenant or a landlord want from a potential tenant? A what? Application to rent. So maybe you go to Zip Forms, add in the application to rent in your transaction, put in at least the address and the landlord's name, download it as a PDF file or save it as a PDF file on your computer. And now in your property website, upload by adding that file, an application to rent for a tenant to now download, fill out, and send to you. Any questions on that?
There's a prior two questions prior to this the section we were just covering.
Uh-huh.
Brad had a question of a realtor came and showed me that you can do this with a small camera, Insta 360 by 3 for $500.
Okay.
And then Brad also pointed out, does the RELA, or actually more as a question, does the RELA also create a scan logo that can be used that,
Oh, a QR code?
oh, I'm sorry, yes,
Yes.
that can display the property website that is created on RELA?
Yep. And I'll show you that here in just a moment. But yes, that is very, very cool.
Yes, he said
Smart
smart
code,
code.
QR code. Yes, definitely. Under the overview of the property, whenever you have that property created, you'll notice that here at the overview, there's a choice that says get QR code. Here's your QR code, one that's branded to you with your information and one that's unbranded. So now what we can do is right click and copy the image and paste it, or we can save the image as an image file and maybe send it off to somebody to create a sign writer for our property website. So you could put a sign writer on your for sale sign and just with the QR code and just have for more information and showings, and then point an arrow, scan. And then that way, when somebody scans it, they're immediately taken to the property website, whereby you've got the open house dates, the schedule of showing, all right there going directly to you. Does that help, Pred? Amazing, isn't it? Yes, definitely amazing. Now, a couple other cool things here. Marketing. Marketing wise, let's oops. Brochures. Here, RELA gives you different templates to create different things. Like, as an example, a flyer. Even though we've got flyer sources like through MLS, like you have an MLS flyer, you've got the RPR flyer, you've got Cloud CMA's flyer portal to make a flyer for your property. But those look very generic. You only have a very limited amount of customization that you can do, if at all, right? Without using other third-party sources. Well, here at RELA, under your property website, you can create a flyer. Here are various amounts, are different templates. I want to say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8 different templates. But you'll notice here, some say 2-page. That means it's a front and back flyer. Here you got a 1-page. Now, what's neat about this is that when I click on this and say use this design, the flyer program opens up. And now if I want to modify this, I just simply click the magnifying glass, and now everything about this flyer is fully customizable. If I don't like the colors, I can simply select the boxes and I can change my color scheme. Just at a quick glance. I can add in text. Just simply click in the box and add in more text to this flyer. I can change my photos around. I can add photos, things like that. I can even take that QR code that we just downloaded and put it on the flyer if I want to. Now, at the end of the day, I'm going to say save to save my work. And from here, I can now download it as a PDF document. And by the way, these are high definition PDF files. So if I took it to a printer like Kinko's or something like that, I'm now going to have high definition flyers, high detailed flyers. Okay, just based on the PDF document. Besides the flyers, Brad, you've been around for a while. Have you ever been to those multi-million-dollar properties, say on the beach, maybe Manhattan Beach, Laguna Beach, Newport Beach, and there on the coffee table, you've got that 4-page or 5-page book about the home? You've seen those, right? Have you ever made one of those yourself? No. I will say that the agents that have told me that they've gotten those made spend roughly for about 100 books, about $500 to $600 per book, right? And again, it's that whole waiting game, right? Well, instead, here on your property website, you do have the capability of making your own books. Here we've got 2 books that are horizontal, 8.5 by 11, and we've got 2 books that are vertical, 8.5 by 11. Simply find the design you like, click on it, say use this design, and now we'll get to see all 4 pages of information. And again, like the flyer, everything is 100% editable. I can take out photos, add in new photos, add in some text, do whatever I need. And now again, I can order prints directly from RELA if I want to for a fee, or download it, take it to my printer guy or gal and ask them to print me out the books. And now I've saved a lot of money, probably more than half the cost than I would have having somebody else design it and then print it. It's all done for me. And I didn't have to do much. Maybe take that lovely gloss cardstock for those books, and now I've got these beautiful created brochures. But mainly due to the paper quality, yep. Well, here you go. You got the same thing here, but maybe you're saving yourself a few extra dollars just by not having somebody design it. You also have social media templates, just listed, just sold. This will be great for you, Pred. Okay, so here you can advertise your open house. These are all designed to be able to be posted on social media platforms like LinkedIn, Instagram, and Facebook, and even Twitter, right? So here you can choose the layout, and again, everything's fully customizable. The last thing is your postcards. Here really gives you about 20 different postcards, all with different sizes, 4x6, 5x8, or 5.5 by 8.5, 6x11, front and back postcards that again, just listed, just sold. So in your case, Fred, what you could do is make a just sold postcard for the neighborhood. And again, we've got a front and back situation here. The front, I can customize everything. And then on the back, it's got my information. And then I can take it to my mass mailer designer and say, here's the list of people that are in this neighborhood. Here's the postcard, print them out, mail them out, save me some extra money and time. Anybody like that? Awesome. Excellent.
I
All right.
agree.
Last thing that we'll go over real quick. How else to advertise the property? This is going to be with RELA's advertising portal. RELA has a unique partnership with Facebook. Okay. And what this will allow us to do, and I'll have to pull up a different website here just to demonstrate what I mean. You can link your Facebook business page account with RELA. What this will allow you to do is create a Facebook targeted ad in less than 2 minutes. Very simple on how this works. And let me see here. Very simple. And let me see if I can find that on the web. So here, YouTube. RELA, Facebook, advertising. All right. So RELA's Facebook advertising portal is very, very simple. Once you've linked your Facebook business page account with your RELA account, which under that one section here about your overview of the property, when you click on that Facebook choice, it will ask, okay, after the Facebook or after the page has been published, it's going to ask you the very first time, can we link the two together? You're going to give it permissions. You might have to go into your Facebook business page to allow RELA to talk to your Facebook business page. Now, armed with this, what you're now going to be able to do is that you will have a little button called RELA and Facebook ads. From here, you're going to click on the choice that says get started. When you click on get started, you're now going to design the ad of what you want done with the ad. Okay, and let me zoom in a little bit here. So you're going to give yourself a budget and a time frame of when you want the ad to run. Okay, now the budget is about $9 per day. I would say budget yourself for at least $100. In that $100, maybe you want to run a 2-week ad, when you want it to start, when you want it to stop. Now, what's the objective of the ad? The objective of the ad is to either generate leads or generate views to the RELA website. Typically, 9 times out of 10, you want to generate a lead. Well, what type of lead do you want to get? Do you want to get a buyer lead, an agent lead, a seller lead, a lender lead, or an investor lead? Typically, you probably want a buyer lead. Then you're going to pick distance from the subject. Now, I would say max it out at about 400 miles, meaning that you've got a 400-mile radius circle around your home of the property to advertise this ad. Now, once you do that, because they have modified it over the time, you get what the ad looks like. Here, it'll have your Facebook business page name here. Everything about the ad is fully customizable. What you can do is you can edit the text at the top or at the bottom. Here, you're probably going to leave it at just listed because it's going to have your description, it's going to have the address, and it's going to have the RELA website that you just created for this property website. But what you can do is edit the images. You can add in more images. You can even upload a video. Okay, so you can have the video play. instead of still shot photography. Once you've modified, if you choose to modify anything about this, which I would definitely put something at the top above the picture, and you click next, you're now going to get a review of the ad. And here, this is just showing you the editing of the ad feature. But once you hit next, whoops, you now get a chance to review what the ad is going to do. Whoops, let me get there. So it's going to say your budget and time. So you want to spend so much money, like your $100, to run a 2-week ad starting on November 1st to November 14th. And the objective of the ad is to generate buyer leads that are qualified to buy the property for your listed price, which the system automatically does that for both men and women between the ages of 18 to 985 years of age within your 400-mile radius. If you like everything that you see here, along with the preview of what the ad's going to look like, you now just click on Publish My Ad. Once you publish my ad, the system will ask you for your credit card information to pay for the ad. Now at that point, the ad itself is sent out and will be displayed in people's news feeds. This is the big difference between a targeted ad versus a boosted post. A boosted post, when you put a post on your Facebook business page and you boost it, it will always appear to the right-hand side of the screen and will remain there for a couple of weeks. Whereas a targeted ad applies to the news feed and will get pushed down as people put out more and more news. Now, what's nice about this is that they see this. They can play the video, but they've got a couple of things that they can do here. Number one, they can like your business page. Great way of getting likes. Number two, they can come down below, click on the ad itself, whereby it's going to direct them into the property website, where they can learn about more of the property. They can look at all the photos, the videos, and things like that, and maybe get in touch with you if necessary. But if they like what they see, they could very easily instead come down below and click on the Learn More button. The moment they click on Learn More, in typical Facebook fashion, Facebook pre-vets the person, whereby they have their name based on their account. They have their email address that's already been pre-verified by Facebook as a valid email address. And you have to give a valid phone number because they send you a text message to create your account. So right there, you're getting the person's real name, you're getting the person's real email address, and you're getting their real phone number. Now, the moment they hit submit, you as an agent are immediately notified by RELA via email, and hopefully, knock on wood, soon to be text, that you've received a lead. You'll even have a push notification on your phone if you have a Facebook, if you have your Facebook account on your phone. Hey, someone clicked on your ad. Okay, so you want to see that. Well, where do we see all that information? Well, that's going to be back here at the RELA website. Here at the RELA website, we're going to see several things happen. Number one, we can look at our periodic ad performance. When we started the ad, how many leads we generated, this, that, and the other. But ultimately, how much money you've spent. So if you've got a $100 budget, you get to see how much you've spent each and every day. You get to see how many people have seen the ad. Those are your impressions. How many people have clicked on the ad itself. And of course, how many leads you've actually gotten from the ad. Now, if I can share a quick story here, because I know time is of the essence. That gentleman that the realtor that works in Laguna Woods, his name's Warren. When I showed him this, he loved creating the property website, but he goes, you know what, Tony, I've made a Facebook ad before, and it takes me at least 15 to 20 minutes to make the ad. It can't be that simple. And I said, trust me, it is. Let's try it out together. So after class, we did those exact steps that I just went over to make the Facebook ad through his RELA website portal. Took him less than 2 minutes to make. He was going to spend $100 to run a 2-week ad, 400 miles around the subject property in Laguna Woods. He hit publish. And I said, great. He goes, wow, man, that was really easy. I said, okay, just let me know how the ad works. I know I'm going to be back here at your office to give you training in about a month time. I would love to know in about 2 weeks after the ads run to see what it was like. Well, 4 weeks later, Warren gives me a call the day before I'm supposed to go out. And he goes, you know what, Tony, I forgot to give you a call. It reminded me to go and check things out. I just wanted to tell you how great this worked. And I said, really, what happened? He said, well, Tony, I went through that $100 for the 2-week ad. I had about 1,700 impressions. Basically, 1,700 people saw the ad. Out of those 1,700 people, 94 people clicked on the ad itself. And out of those 94 people that clicked on the ad, I received 13 leads. 13 leads. And I said, that's amazing, Warren. How many of those leads did you convert? And he got really quiet. And he goes, Tony, you won't believe this. I've yet to call any of those leads. And I said, Warren, tell me that's not true. He goes, I feel so, I can't believe I did that. I go, you know what, Warren, what I want you to do, give those leads a call today. And when I come out to your office tomorrow, I want you to tell everybody in your office how well this worked. Because there were other people in your office that felt the same way. They didn't believe that it was going to be that easy. Well, the next day shows up. I gave the training and I said, before the training started, hey, Warren, can you tell me what your ad performance was like from the RELA website? So he told everybody $100, the 1,700 impressions, the 94 clicks, the 13 leads. Now, funny enough, we all kind of laughed when I said, well, how many of those leads did you call right away? He goes, Tony, I didn't call any, which the brokers all of a sudden laughed as well. He's like, you guys have to follow up on your leads. And I said, Warren, did you follow up on those leads like I asked you to yesterday? He goes, Tony, I sure did. And he got even a bigger smile. I said, how many of those leads did you convert? Thinking he was only going to convert one. He goes, Tony, out of those 13 leads, I converted 6. All 6 want to see properties this weekend. 2 of which want to see this home that I did the website for. I was like, that's amazing. Another month goes by. I followed up with Warren before the next office visit. And I said, hey, how's everything going, Warren? How was your experience with those 6 leads? Are you still working with them? Are you in escrow? He goes, man, Tony, he goes, that was the best $100 I ever spent. He goes, out of those 6 leads, one of them actually were in escrow on that particular property for the property website. He goes, the other 3 are looking at other homes, and 2 of which are opening escrow later this week. And he goes, now I just need to convert the other 2 to find them their home, or to find them the ideal home so I can get them into escrow. So out of his 13 leads, he made basically 6 sales for his $100 investment. So I have to ask you all, if you only needed to spend $100 to get 6 leads for a month, do you think that the commission would be well worth it at that point? Absolutely. There you go, Brett. I like that enthusiasm. All right. So this stuff does work. You just got to try it out. I would say today, at least activate your free account, try it out, play with it. Now, by the way, the other thing before I end today is that once the property website, or once you sell the listing, okay, or say you close escrow, what I would definitely suggest you do at that point is take the property from published, click on the down arrow and make it non-published. What this does is it now puts it in your list of property websites that you've created, and it frees up a spot for you to create a new active one. Now, the reason why we don't want to delete the property website, which you can, by the way, is for this simple reason. You want to show other potential clients what you do to market their home. So this is a great advertising opportunity for you to sit down with a potential lister to show them what you do versus what other agents don't do. Okay. And at least they don't need to know what you're spending, but you can at least show them with the analytics, the ads that you've run, or just the impressions and views of the property, how many days it took them to look at stuff like that. And of course, maybe even peruse some of the leads. Like I got 75 leads in the first 2 weeks of listing the home based on the property website. So now you're showing listers what value they're getting for their commissions.
We have a question, Anthony,
Yes.
from Pred. Pred wants to know, how do you get to the real Facebook ad as I cannot find it on the website? I used to follow you through the present. I used to follow you through the presentation.
So you have to have the website published in order to create the Facebook ad. Does that help, Fred? So you'll have to then say, take the website from not published and make it published. And there, here at the overview of the property, there will be a big button that says uh, Facebook ads get started.
He says thanks.
Good.
He previously made a comment. Pred made a comment that is much better as it's customizable. Facebook ads, I'm guessing this is in the past. Facebook ads, Facebook page ads are not customizable. I think a total waste of money as I've been using them in the past.
I mean, I like the fact that with the targeted ad, and so you have your list of leads here. Under each lead, you can make your notes, but you'll see their phone number, their email address. You can send them a direct message, or even better yet, you could actually select everybody and export them into your CRM. So now, not only are you grabbing the leads that are coming to your website, but now you can import them into your CRM to be able to do all your follow-up, all your action plans, things like that, that your CRM will allow you to do. So I think it's viable. I mean, I've heard more success stories with this tool than people actually creating their own ads, because it's hard. The tool is tedious. I mean, why spend 20 minutes when it takes you less than 2 to make an ad? And I think it's pretty effective for the amount of money that you would be spending. Even if you didn't spend the $100, you could spend $50 and still run a 2-week ad. The ad will run as long as the money is still there. The moment the money runs out, the ad stops, which is fine. But it's still getting eyes on the property. Does that help? Are there any questions or any other questions on this? Well, if there are no other questions, I want to thank everybody for attending today. Brad, thank you for attending, and Abby and Human, or Human. I hope you guys enjoyed today's class. If you do have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me. My email is Tony, Tony at OC Realtors. That's REALTORS.org. Or feel free to give me a call at 949-586-6800. My extension is 104. And would love to talk to you if you have any questions or concerns. Everybody attending today will get a copy of today's recording. And with that said, I hope you all have a great and wonderful day, and at least activate your free account and try it out.
And before you go, we have
Yes.
another question because Pred's been our best student today.
Excellent.
Says Pred saying, once the ad is published and have a website, for how long does it stay there?
Until you unpublish it.
Excellent.
But I would definitely, if the moment you close escrow, if you're not doing any extra advertising, like it's sold or anything like that, then I would take it down, because the next listing that you want to list, you want to have that availability. Now, granted, you have 3 active at any given time, but once that runs out, then RELA wants to charge you. So what I would do is I would pull one down, make it unpublished or not published, and then that would free up one of your 3 slots to publish a new one. And then if you're a listing machine, like, oh, you know what, this month I've got 5 listings, well, then pay for it. And then when those listings sell, drop down back or stop paying and go back to the free version and go from there. So you can upgrade, downgrade anytime. RELA is more than flexible to help you with that.
And Pred has one more thing.
Mm-hmm.
This was by far the most productive and most interesting tool that we can all use and save some money. Seriously.
Seriously.
You guys are awesome. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Fred. I will say that we've had this tool now for close to 7 years. So this is definitely a tool that I always promote. And I think it's a huge benefit to you and your clients. But thank you. All right, everybody. I hope you all have a great day. If you're here for our 4 o'clock class, we go over Savvy Card, which is your electronic business card. So I hope to see you there. With that said, I hope you all have a great and wonderful day. If I don't see you, and enjoy and much success.